Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Anuja Kumar with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches nationwide Swachhata Hi Seva movement with a renewed vigour to realise Mahatma Gandhi's dream of clean India. Prime Minister reviews economic situation with Ministry of Finance. 5 terrorists killed in an encounter in Kulgam district of Jammu and Kashmir. 1 civilian also dies in clashes with security forces. India and Serbia agree to expand cooperation in economic and cultural fields. At least 19 people killed as storms batter Philippines and east coast of US. In sports, Maldives lift SAF Cup defeating India 2-1 in Dhaka. And Asia Cup cricket begins in Dubai. Match between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh underway. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched nationwide Swachhata Hi Seva movement from New Delhi today. The objective of the campaign is to mobilize people for sanitation to contribute to the father of the nation Mahatma Gandhi's dream of a clean India. It will continue till Gandhi Jayanti on the 2nd of October. Speaking through video conferencing, Mr. Modi said cleanliness as a habit needs to be followed in daily life.
हमें देश के हर कोने में सफाई का ये स्वभाव हर महीना, हर वर्ष बनाते रहना होगा। 4 वर्ष पहले जो अभियान शुरू हुआ, स्वच्छता का आंदोलन, अब एक महत्वपूर्ण पड़ाव पर आ पहुंचा है। आज आप सबके पुरुषार्थ और संकल्प का परिणाम है कि स्वच्छता का कवरेज 90% से ज्यादा हुआ है।
The Prime Minister said the country has taken a giant leap in the last 4 years in building 90 million toilets to make India open defecation free.
क्या कोई ये सोच सकता था कि भारत में 4 वर्षों में करीब 9 करोड़ शौचालयों का निर्माण हो, लगभग 4.5 लाख गांव खुले में शौच से मुक्त हो जाएंगे, 450 से ज्यादा जिले, 20 राज्य और केंद्र शासित प्रदेश खुले में शौच से मुक्त हो जाएंगे। ये भारतवासियों की, आप सब स्वच्छाग्रहियों की ताकत है।
The Prime Minister said disposal of garbage is very important and waste management has to be made more effective. He said the government is making serious efforts towards waste to wealth initiative.
बात चाहे हेल्थ की हो या वेल्थ की हो, स्वच्छता लोगों के जीवन में सुधार लाने में बहुत बड़ा योगदान दे रही है। वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन WHO के एक अनुमान के अनुसार 3 लाख लोगों की जिंदगी बचाने में स्वच्छता की भूमिका होगी और एक स्टडी बताती है कि स्वच्छता से डायरिया के मामलों में 30% की कमी आएगी।
During the launch, Mr. Modi also interacted with a cross-section of people, which included ITBP Jawans, school children, members of milk and agricultural cooperatives, spiritual leaders, Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, Mata Amritanandmayi, Jathedar Gyani Iqbal Singh of Patna Sahib, Zarar Chishti of Ajmer Dargah, actor Amitabh Bachchan, industrialist Ratan Tata, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and Swachhagrahis. Later, the Prime Minister swept the premises of Baba Saheb Ambedkar Higher Secondary School in Paharganj in Delhi as part of Shramdan in Swachhata Hi Seva movement. Reports of launching of Swachhata Hi Seva movement have come in from other parts of the country also. A report from our Shillong correspondent.
Launching Swachhata Hi Seva, EHE Minister Chamin Malnyang interacted with students of the school. In his address, the minister said that Meghalaya is proud to have the cleanest village in Asia, Mawlynnong, which is famous for its cleanliness and natural attraction. He said disposal of garbage is very important and waste management has to be made more effective. The minister further urged the student communities to practice cleanliness in each and every sphere of their daily activity and also spread the message of cleanliness to elders and neighbors in a respectful manner. Singh, AIR News, Shillong.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today held a meeting with different departments of Finance Ministry to review the economic scenario in the country. Briefing reporters after the meeting in New Delhi, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said a detailed presentation was made by the Departments of Economic Affairs, Revenue and Expenditure. He said the Prime Minister expressed satisfaction on broad parameters of the economy and macroeconomic data. Mr. Jaitley said the government is confident of maintaining 3.3% fiscal deficit target.
We are optimistic, as I said, about our growth rate. We are optimistic about our tax collection. And certainly as far as the fiscal deficit is concerned, we are confident that we'll be able to strictly meet the 3.3%.
The Finance Ministry said the government will incur entire budgeted expenditure which is necessary for growth. The Finance Minister said about 44% of the budgeted expenditure has already been spent till the 31st of August and the government will maintain 100% capital expenditure. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. In Jammu and Kashmir, 5 terrorists were killed in an encounter at Chaugam in Kulgam district today. Our Srinagar correspondent reports that a dreaded commander of Hizbul Mujahideen is among the killed. 2 army personnel were also injured in the encounter. Several weapons and ammunition have been recovered from the encounter site. Later, clashes broke out between security forces and civilian protesters in which 1 youth was killed and 2 sustained grievous bullet injuries. Over a dozen civilian protesters were also injured. The district administration has imposed prohibitory orders in Kulgam and its adjacent areas. Train services in South Kashmir have also been suspended. Internet services in Kulgam and Anantnag districts have been snapped as a security measure. Meanwhile, an army Jawan was injured in sniper fire from across the line of control as Pakistan Army violated ceasefire in Nowshera sector of Rajouri district. A defense spokesperson told AIR that the Indian Army retaliated effectively and exchange of fire lasted for some time. The injured Jawan was airlifted to Udhampur for treatment. He is said to be out of danger. In Assam, an NIA special court in Guwahati today pronounced death sentence to 2 NDFB terrorists, Bishnu Narzari and Ajoy Basumatari, for their involvement in 2014 massacre in which 6 civilians were killed at Dhekiajuli. The court also awarded life imprisonment to another 2 NDFB terrorists in the case. BJP President Amit Shah today said his party will go it alone in Telangana Assembly election and field candidates in all the seats. Mr. Shah said BJP will fight against both TRS and Congress. He was addressing a press conference in Hyderabad. He also said the centre will come out with a plan to rein in rising prices of petrol and diesel. Later, Mr. Shah kick-started BJP election campaign at a public meeting in Mehboob Nagar. He alleged that the TRS government under the leadership of K. Chandrasekhar Rao has failed on all fronts and is trying to appease the Asaduddin Owaisi's MIM.
अपने राजनीतिक स्वार्थ को साधने के लिए करोड़ों रुपयों का खर्च तेलंगाना की जनता पर थोपने का काम श्रीमान चंद्रशेखर राव जी ने किया है और जब ये चुनाव उन्होंने थोप ही दिए तो मैं घोषणा करना चाहता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी हर सीट को मजबूती के साथ हमारे साथियों के साथ लड़ेगी.
India and Serbia have agreed to expand cooperation in the fields of economic and cultural relations. Areas of economic cooperation include agriculture, food processing, defense manufacturing, science and technology, information technology, infrastructure, tourism and pharmaceuticals. The decision was taken at the delegation-level talks between Vice President Venkaiah Naidu and Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić in Belgrade today. Later in a joint statement, Mr. Naidu said they exchanged views on multilateral issues and agreed to intensify cooperation in the areas of mutual interest. He said that they have resolved to fight the scourge of terrorism in all its forms and manifestations at various international fora. Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić said that signing of MOUs is just a beginning as Serbia wants more and more engagements with India. He said that visa waiver for Indians for short-duration trips will improve people-to-people contact. Mr. Naidu thanked President Vučić for the visa waiver. The two leaders jointly released the postage stamp of Swami Vivekanand and Nikola Tesla, the great scientist from Serbia, to commemorate 70 years of India-Serbia diplomatic relations. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Naidu said,
"My visit to Serbia assumes special significance as both our countries are celebrating the 70th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations this year. That is very significant. I am happy that today Serbia Post and Indian Post have jointly released commemorative stamps on the renewed Serbian scientist and inventor Nikola Tesla and the great spiritual leader of India, Swami Vivekananda, to celebrate this occasion."
At least 19 people are killed as massive storms batter Philippines and east coast of US. In Philippines, Typhoon Mangkhut ripped through the main island of Luzon, killing 14 people, and it is now moving west towards China. A government official said almost all buildings in the city of Tuguegarao sustained some damage and communications were down in places. 4 million people were in its path and thousands were evacuated amid warnings of 6-meter storm surges. 2 rescuers were killed trying to help people trapped in a landslide. Meanwhile, 5 deaths have been linked from Storm Florence in east coast of the U.S. Thousands of people have been staying in emergency shelters. Weather forecasters warn of the risk of life-threatening flash flooding in parts of North and South Carolina and Virginia. It has been downgraded from a hurricane to a tropical storm, but continues to soak the east coast area with rain, downing trees and damaging homes. Evacuation warnings were issued for 1.7 million people in the region. Back home in Assam, the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana is being implemented to boost farm productivity in the state. The government-sponsored crop insurance scheme brings multiple stakeholders on a single platform to help farmers. We have a ground report from our Guwahati correspondent.
The Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana provides compensation to farmers for crop damages and production loss. A total of 36 lakh rupees claims were settled in 2016-17 in Assam. In 2017-18 Rabi season, over 5,000 farmers have benefited from this insurance scheme. Firoz is one such beneficiary who has availed the scheme. Sharing his experience with AIR, Firoz says,
मैं कामरूप जिले का रहने वाला हूँ। मेरा खेती का बहुत नुकसान हुआ था। मैंने इंश्योरेंस किया था और इसलिए इंश्योरेंस से मेरा बहुत फायदा हो गया। मैं किसान को ये बोलना चाहता हूँ कि सब अपने खेतों का बीमा कराइए।
The Agriculture Department takes steps to give wider publicity to boost this scheme among farming community. As a part of this initiative, mapping of Gram Panchayat to be done. Manas Pratim Sharma, AIR News, Guwahati.
On to sports. Maldives have lifted the 2018 South Asian Football Federation Cup SAF. In the final at the Bangabandhu Stadium in Dhaka today, they defeated defending champions India 2-1. At halftime, the winners led 1-0. The win for Maldives comes 10 years after their first SAF Cup title in 2008. 7-time champions India had started as favourites in the summit clash. Bangladesh set a target of 262 runs for Sri Lanka in the opening match of the Six Nation Asia Cup cricket tournament in Dubai today. Opting to bat, they were all out for 261 in 49.3 overs. Mustafizur Rahman top scored with a fine 144. India will begin their Asia Cup campaign against Hong Kong on Tuesday before taking on arch rivals Pakistan the next day. India will be led by Rohit Sharma. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches nationwide Swachhata Hi Seva movement with a renewed vigour to realise Mahatma Gandhi's dream of clean India. Prime Minister reviews economic situation with Ministry of Finance. 5 terrorists killed in an encounter in Kulgam district of Jammu and Kashmir. 1 civilian also dies in clashes with security forces. India and Serbia agree to expand cooperation in economic and cultural fields. At least 19 people killed as storms batter Philippines and east coast of US. In sports, Maldives left SAF Cup defeating India 2-1 in Dhaka, and Asia Cup cricket begins in Dubai. Match between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh underway. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.